Hey, it's D. It's a brand new episode coming right for you, right on the FTO network. Enjoy. How's it going, guys? D here, FTO Nerd Talk. The podcast is back. The show is back. We are back. Now, I gotta let you guys know beforehand, I do have a bit of a mucus situation in my throat. I know, it's like not even 30 seconds I'm talking about mucus. But I wouldn't say I'm under the weather. I got like this cough that's been going around, and the cough has been here for like a week and a half. There's literally nothing it's just a cough. That's it. I feel like it's a new variation of this damn COVID. So, the cough is here. I may cough throughout the show, letting you guys know. But all that being said, let's get on with it. We got a lot to talk about today. Like so much to talk about. The nerddom is unbearable, and I'm so here for it. I feel like the news is not top tier like it usually is, for obvious reasons. It's the first week of the year. There's not much news being talked about. So, like it won't be as hyped as it usually is. Bear with me with the news that's coming out this week. I know I'm making like so many excuses, so many rationales and reasons, but you know what? That's who I am. That's how I roll. First off, Dave Bautista confirms that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is his final role as Drax. Just reported it, was it a couple of days ago? This is from comicbook.com. He made a statement saying, I'm so grateful for Drax. I love him. He says, but there's a relief that it's over. It wasn't all pleasant. It was hard playing a role. The makeup process was beating me down. And I just don't know if I want Drax to be my legacy. It's a silly performance, and I want to do more dramatic stuff. You know what? I can respect that. Like, I, for one, as you most know, never really cared for the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. It wasn't really my cup of tea. But you know what? I get it. I understand it completely. Like, and Drax is a character who's kind of monotone. And if you guys have been watching, like, Bautista's new work, he's been, like, all over the place. Been doing a lot of different properties. Like, I think most recently he did The Glass Onion. Yeah. Did that Snyder zombie flick recently also. Like, he's been all over the place. Doing, like, a lot of different stuff. And I can appreciate the work that Bautista's been putting out there. He started out as as a throwaway actor who came from the wrestling franchise, but like he's really making a name for himself. And again, I can really appreciate that he's doing. Next up, The Flash, Stephen Amell to return as Oliver Queen for a final season of The Flash. Stephen Amell first played Oliver Queen in 2012. That's over a decade ago. Good God. Wow. That's wow. Didn't really know it was that long ago. The season finale drops this Wednesday, so today. I think, not today. Today-ish of me recording this, which is 2 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday. But, today, as in yesterday, as in, like, the sun hasn't came up yet, and you get to watch the show on the CW app. They didn't make the transition to Hulu very well. And, like, that CW app didn't really do what people wanted it to do. So, but Final Flash episode is here. Go check it out. Let me know what you think. I told myself this year I'm going to start watching some of the stuff that I talk about in the show. So, hopefully, you get, like, some more reviews from me when I talk about these stories, because I know what I'm talking about then. Well, you never know. Who knows? Next up, Black Panther Wakanda Forever hits Disney Plus February 1st. These transitions from theater to streaming services are like that. The streamline is there, right? So if you haven't seen Wakanda Forever, you got time to see it now. Like, I think it's still in theaters, some certain select theaters. But you know what? Disney Plus coming out soon. Those of us who just want to go to theaters get to watch it in the comfort of our home. And you're like, for those of you who don't get it, I think like the best part about stuff coming to streaming networks so quickly is the fact that we get to see the memes on top of it. You feel me? Because the movies are cool. Talk about the movies are cool, but the memes, the meme value, that's where it really is. Who doesn't love meme value? Next up, Agatha Covenant Chaos as WandaVision star Deborah Jo Rupp. Now, most of you know Deborah Jo from that 70s show. She's also coming back for that 90s show that's coming out. It's supposed to have her in 5 episodes, appearing in Miss Hart. I'm not exactly sure how this show is going to play out, the Agatha Covenant Chaos, because it's supposed to be an all magical based show. So, I'm not sure if I can get hyped for this show. Like, I was hyped for She-Hulk, even though I didn't watch it. I was a little hyped for Miss Marvel, even though I didn't watch it. Moon Knight, it was 6 episodes. I wasn't that hyped for that one, so, But the other shows, like Loki, Captain America, and Winter Soldier, like all those shows, moderately hyped for those. But, this one here, I don't know. Like, maybe because I got a bad taste in my mouth about WandaVision itself. But if I hear through the grapevine, it's worth checking out. I'll check it out. I know I got a lot on my docket to watch Andor, to watch the other shows I previously mentioned as well. So, don't judge me. Don't judge me. Next up, Dwayne Johnson reportedly pitched Black Adam vs. Superman directly to Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Zaslav. He literally did this. He went across all different channels and talked to anybody who was in any kind of moderate position that he should have talked to get himself to the point to talk to David Zaslav. He went right to David Zaslav to do this. So, hearing stories like this about The Rock, other stories about how he tried to take the position that James Gunn now has and Peter Safran, dude literally trying to take over Warner Bros. Discovery and run the helm of that ship. I would have said give it to him, to be honest with you. I know he's a big musclehead, like how Zack Snyder was. But I think the difference between The Rock and Snyder is that The Rock usually seemingly has a vision for things that he does, except for his rapping career, I mean, the song was cool, but, yeah. He's it was cool, in the same guise that Childish Gambino is cool when it comes to rap, so take that how you want to take it. That is it for news. We're going to take a little break. I'm going to get a little coughing going on and see if I can feel any better, but we'll be right back.
You're listening to FTO Nerd Talk. Excellent choice. If you're looking for more nerdy content, consider giving my idiot co-host and I a chance. We are 2 idiots and a dog, and we talk about movies, comic books, and general pop culture and entertainment media nonsense. Give us a listen on Good Pods, Anchor, iTunes, or your podcatcher of choice. You can also find us at podpage.com/TIAAD media, or you can always find us on Twitter and we'll bribe you with dog pictures too.
And we are back. Got a lot of stuff to check out today. The things to check out are the things to check out. Now, the first one I'm going to start with is Megan. Yeah, I know, what the hell is Megan? I did a dramatic pause on purpose. Megan, it's M3GAN. It's about this robot. If you guys are on TikTok, you know about this movie that's out. A lot of people have been doing the cosplay for it already. The synopsis reads as follows. Megan is a marvel of artificial intelligence, a lifelike doll programmed to be a child's greatest companion and a parent's greatest ally. Designed by brilliant toy maker, roboticist Gemma, played by Allison Williams, Megan can listen and watch and learn as she becomes a friend and teacher, playmate, and protector for the child she is bonded to. When Gemma suddenly becomes the caretaker for her orphan 8-year-old niece, Caddy, played by Violet McGraw, Gemma's unsure and unprepared to be a parent. Under intense pressure at work, Gemma decides to pair with Megan prototype with Caddy in an attempt to resolve both problems. A decision that will have unimaginable consequences. This is considered a sci-fi thriller horror. It's from Universal Studios. This movie looks creepy as hell. Period. A lot of people are already making the Chucky comparisons. It's a doll. It's creepy. I get it. Or the Annabellum comparisons. And I get it. Makes sense. It's I feel like it's in a wheelhouse of its own, like a Pinocchio-esque kind of dark thriller. But I do feel like horror is creepingly getting itself back into like the limelight, and people are surprisingly getting more and more comfortable with the horror guys all over again. I'm not sure if it's the writers that are like stepping their game up when it comes to this, or if the executives are just giving it more of a chance. But video game and horror is kind of like the two things on people's tongues right now. Next up is Kaleidoscope. Season 1 came out January 1st. Thief, played by Giancarlo Esposito, and his crew plans to steal $7 billion from an unbreakable bank vault in this crime drama anthology series. Episodes will be listed in different order for each viewer, except for the final one. Ooh. What? Okay. This is on Netflix. That sounds awesome, actually. Like that last part? What? Everyone gets like a different experience for the last episode. See what I mean by video game? That's not like a video game thing to do. Like, I can't think of the damn game that everyone loves so much. Have 3 different games. You get to like to manipulate the persons. It's a space game. Most of you may know what I'm talking about. I can't think of the name of it right now. But it gave you like a different story for everything that you did. It's like the infamous game, but in space. I think you know what I'm talking about. You guys get it. You guys are up with the up. You know what I'm talking about. But it sounds like that. And it's already out. I'm going to check this out. I don't think it got good ratings. But you know what? That's not like a determining factor if you're going to like a show or not. So I feel like that is something to keep in mind of everyone right now. Even though a rating is not as high as you may want it to be when it comes to like a property that you like, it's not a deciding factor if it's going to be a good property or not. Period. Next up, we got Paul T. Goldman. Also came out January 1st. It's on Peacock. The relationship single father Paul T. Goldman had with a woman who was hiding many secrets led to Goldman's book in the series from the director Jason Woliner. It's a comedy reality show. I need to watch a trailer. I need to see a trailer. I feel like that synopsis didn't give me much to go off. But I need to see a trailer. I don't know. I mean, it's on Peacock too. Peacock is a little slippery. They're in their early stages. Peacock is, and like I'm really interested to see what they can bring out. But like I need a trailer for this one, so we'll see. Next up is Happy Valley season 3. Also came out January 1st. It's on BBC, Netflix, and BBC One. The synopsis is the third and final season picks up with Catherine close to retirement when she discovers a murder victim that leads her to Tommy Lee, played by James Norton, the father of her grandson, played by Rice Conan, and the person who was the reason her daughter died. Interesting. Now, I've been seeing this show in passing for a while now. I haven't actually sat down and watched it, but I have seen the show in passing quite a few times. So, Happy Valley, season 3, last one. Next up, and lastly, and things to check out, The Lazarus Project comes out January 23rd, so it won't be out for a few weeks from now. But a secret organization called The Lazarus Project recruits George, played by Papa Esidu, to time travel to save the world from destruction. What? But soon he is tempted to use his knowledge to save someone in his sci-fi drama created by Joe Barton. This is only the first season. It's on TNT and Sky. It's a drama, action, adventure, suspense, science fiction. Well, I love time travel. Who doesn't like a good time travel story? The GOP. That's it. No, they would love them. They would love time travel. What am I doing? I'm trying to be an asshole. Like they would love time travel stories. Well, like the South shall rise again. I mean, what's wrong with me? Next up, the comic books to check out this week. I can't laugh too much because if I do laugh, I want to start coughing, and I can't have that. Not on my podcast. Not in the podcast. First up is Marvel Comic Books X-Men Red, issue number 10. The New Age is all lined up to this. In the blazing ruins of the Autumn Palace, Storm battles for the soul of Oroco. Meanwhile, Abigail Brand and Roberto da Costa play their last cards, and a sinister hand deals the Ace of Spades. You won't believe where the Brotherhood goes from here. I hear like the congestion in my body as I read this. But X-Men Red is still going, which is pretty interesting in my eyes. And like when I see the cover of this, I keep thinking about the very glorious game that is called Marvel Snap. It's interesting at most, so probably worth checking out. Al Ewing is the writer, and Stefano Castelli is the artist, along with Jacopo Capani, and the colorist is Federico Bell. It's a big cast of individuals on this. Next up is Spider-Man issue number 4. End of the Spider-Verse, part 4, The Unraveling. The end of the Spider-Verse rages on. Yes, that's really happened last issue. The tremors will be felt until it all ends. That's truly all we can say until you read issue number 3. This is the Legacy issue 160. Now, the cover reads, Peter Parker is no more, meet our new Spider-Man. And it's not Miles. It's not Miles, or Silk, or Craven. Because they're on the cover looking at whomever this new person is. It's very reminiscent of the 90s. And I'm not really that surprised considering that CB Cebulski is the editor-in-chief. Like, he's like literally just throwing everything from the 90s and seeing what this. I feel like I do mix Axel Alonso. The writers on this crew is Dan Sloth. The penciler and cover artist is Mark Bagley. I haven't really felt like a big urge for most Marvel stuff. I did pick like a lot of Marvel stuff this go around to talk about today, but it was for name recognition only. Like Scarlet Witch issue number 1 also came out, so check it out. But it's not part of the list. So you got 6, but no synopsis. Next up is the Joker, the man who stopped laughing. It's not funny anymore. Knocked upside down. Why did the Joker cross towns to get to the bottom of the mystery that has been haunting him? Who is the man pretending to be the Joker, and what does he want? Every lead he follows is a dead end, and every move he makes brings the Red Hood one step closer to him. What happens when the former clown prince of crime comes face to face with the current crime boss of Gotham? Everyone is dying to find out. That's the story in this? There's a second Joker, and he's like actually good at what he does. And like most of you who know about the Joker, he does not like imitators. He doesn't like people sitting his act at all. This is written by Matthew Rosenberg and artist by Francisco Francavilla. Also artist by Carmine Di Guardiamonico, and artist and colorist by Nick Fronarangi. Next up is Chung-Chi, Master of the Ten Rings, Fathers and Sons. Father and son, side by side. Chung-Chi is lost in time, and the only one who can help him is his father. What will Chung-Chi do when he meets the younger version of his evil parent? All right. Will he be able to change the course of history, or will Chung-Chi be shocked to discover he didn't know his father as well as he thought? Find out as Jean Lu Wang, Chung-Chi's saga comes to a shocking conclusion. What the hell? On issue number 1? This is a legacy issue, number 145. This is his last issue. Like the writer Jin Lang Yang this is the last issue. Issue number 1 is his last issue? Or the saga. The saga is the last one. See, that's the beauty of reading. You can get like some things out of context sometimes. And the artist is Michael YG. That sounds like fun. A time travel story. With like a parental mystery. Even better. What? The cover is pretty cool too. Definitely check this out. So next up, and I think lastly, what comics to check out is Star Trek issue number 3. The strange malfunction begins to play the USS Theseus mind mid-warp. Benjamin Sisko and his crew must band together to unveil the source behind the mysterious phenomenon aboard the ship. But what initially appears as mere technological quagmires and strange happenings become a test that will determine the very fate of the universe. Now, if you look at this cover, you see the USS Theseus behind like a alluring image of a Q figure. You know what I mean? So, the writer is Colin Kelly and Ramon Wanaska. And that is your information for the week. I hope you enjoyed it. I feel like I rushed it a little bit towards the end. The coughing is starting to ferment itself inside of me. And I feel like I'm going to have a fit pretty soon with it. But I just want you all to know, it's good to be back. It's fun to be back, actually. And I'm pretty sure you can guess the name of the episode. I say that in context that, like, you haven't seen the actual name of the episode. But, you know, time is a fun thing. And as I say this, I haven't came up with the episode, but you've already seen the name of the episode and been listening to the episode. So, you get it. You got it. If you're new to the show, welcome. If you're not new to the show, this is a normal thing. This is a normal occurrence. Had a coughing fit. But, it's good to be back. It's fun to be back. Table Cheese coming back this week, too. It probably won't drop this week. It'll probably drop next week. But Table Cheese with Anton 6 and I coming back. I'm also going to try and do a new episode of Blerd News with myself and have your artist of the week with Princess Zahida. So, finger crossed, that works out for me. I'm also trying to do more videos on YouTube because I need to boost the hell out of that. It needs to be done. And I just got to figure out how I'm going to approach that. That's my main goal, is how I'm going to approach it. Everything else is fine. The approach is the problem. So, the stress is gone now. If we can talk about mental health for 1 second. The mental health is like dwindling when it comes to doing this. Like, it's still very vibrant in other areas. Like, I had like a whole debacle on TikTok about a movie called Strange World and people homophobia. Someone literally asked me, like, what does homophobia mean? Please explain. Trying to be like facetious and sea lying the entire time. And if you don't know what sea lying is, it's when, like, you say something, when you ask a question to somebody that you already know the answer to, but you're just going to contradict them after you get the answer. So, like, I'm not playing like these reindeer games with individuals. Like, I will just start blocking people on intellectual properties that I have. Look at me, trying to think I'm cool. I don't have time for BS, man. Like, I just don't. Like, I don't do this for clout. I don't do this to get money from people who hate. Like, that's not what I do. Like, if you want to go hate somebody and have them get money from you, there's tons of people who call themselves activists who do stuff like that. I will not be one of them. So, yeah. If I have like only 700 followers on TikTok for the rest of my career of this, then so be it. But I'm not catering to bigots. Will never happen. So, if you're wondering like why, like, I seem like I'm so polished with what I do, and I put myself out there all the time, on a constant format, and why I don't have as many followers as I can see like other people who are in the same community as me, this is why. Like, full on. This isn't like a pity party or anything, but this is like the reason why. Like, if some of you see like why doesn't he have like 10,000 followers on Instagram? Why doesn't he have like more followers on YouTube? It's because of this. I do not humor bigotry. Like, it's not needed in any form or shape. It holds everyone back, and I don't have time for it. So, and when you block people from any platform, the algorithm sees that and sees you as a problem. And there you go. So, there you go. It's whatever. I got fun on terms for that. Thankfully, before, it used to eat me up. It used to be like weeks before I did a podcast episode. So, that's what I mean, man. Like, it's when it comes like to imposter syndrome, it's more than just like you not thinking you fit in somewhere for me. Like, it also like turns into something else. Turns into a morality type thing. And then that morality thing like tells me that I'm doing too much, or like maybe like I don't fit into this world, and like then comes back into like the imposter syndrome. So it's a lot of stuff out there when doing like social media, when doing like content creation. Some people think like what I do is pretty incredible. I think it's mediocre at best. Like, and that, I'm not even trying to be rude to myself. Like, I feel like just some of what I do is just like just mediocre. I feel like a lot of people can do the same thing that I'm doing. It's just I got a personality that people seem like to like, and that is the draw. So I accept it. I'm on a me train right now, but you know what? That's what podcasts are for. My podcasts are like our live digital journals to talk about stuff. I've been wanting to talk about the whole DC stuff right now, but like honestly, I'm getting tired of talking about it, and it's not really going anywhere. And DC's not really giving us anything to talk about. Yeah, it's the first week of January, the first week of the year. So, give them a break. I'll give them a break. Sure. This year's going to be interesting because I'm going to have like a lot of stuff to talk about on the content. My big focus is going to be, of course, like this podcast in particular, but video games. Try to focus a little more on that. I want to get back into talking about cosplayers. I feel like cosplayers have been putting like a lot of effort in the past 2 years, and I have not been giving them their fair due in the last year. I need like to get back on that. Also, I want to start talking a little bit more about. This is going to be hard. We're talking about indie comic books. It's going to be difficult to do that. It won't be easy. It just won't. So, like, I'm going to try, but it won't be an easy process. And anime. Now, why I'm not as a hardcore anime watcher as I used to be in my teens. Anime does have like promise to like the new generation, and like they are flocking to it like seagulls. So, see what happens. But this is the show. This is the episode. I don't have much else to talk about. Hopefully in the coming years, I'll have like room to talk about this in my home in a comfortable setting that I can sit down and chat about this. But right now, I'm in my car. I'm so comfortable doing this in my car. It just, I wouldn't mind a little bit more, you know, if that makes sense. But I hope you're all doing well, as always. If you ever want to hit me up in the DMs, in the email, it's all over my platforms. FTO Nerd Talk on all platforms. Just Google me. You'll find me. You'll find my link tree. My email is usually attached to every one of my social media platforms. So you got the email as well. If you're spamming me, you listen to my podcast, and like you're trying to like, you know, to get me and the spamming, stop doing that. Stop doing that. It's getting old. Like, stop. Seriously. But yeah, I'm D, FTO Nerd Talk. Until next time, take it easy. Hey guys, D here of FTO Nerd Talk. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, tell your friends about FTO Nerd Talk. Got a lot of different shows for all of you. Make sure you tune in every week for a brand new episode. Take it easy.